I'm quite honored to join you here today, and especially being given the honor of launching this civil society efforts in transparency, accountability, and governance in Nigeria, which the summary has been presented. And to also use the opportunity, even after Hadiza has spoken, but to just say three things that I would like also to share. That civil society organizations are important to governance. Governmental processes emanating from the Constitution involve a lot of equitable judgments. And when equitable judgments are involved, many views will emerge from how things could be done. Power is split and shared into different bodies in a democracy. And yes, maybe we may debate democracy, but that's what we have chosen. And it has its own opportunity cost. And some of what I have seen, especially when I interact with some civil society organizations, I think it is the limitations of how power is split within a democratic setting that is quite often the problem. For example, I caught the last part of the presentation where the mention was made of constituency projects. And we have always think as constituency projects in the, no, sorry, not always, but a lot of people think of them in the negative. However, we have seen where budget shutdowns have taken place in some of the most advanced democracies in the world because of constituency projects. They may not be called that, but they are essentially pork-barrel legislation where a senator or a House or representative member can say, "This, I won't sign up for this budget because it has nothing for my constituency," and they may not understand. So coming nearer home, members of the various legislative bodies, both at the national and states, and even at the local government level, councillors are elected by their constituencies as provided by the laws, and there are expectations consequential to such representation. You may debate it, maybe, and you may improve on it, maybe, but that's what the law says. That is how it is currently done. And such elected representative is by law have the right, and in fact the last say on how government money is spent. Not many people are even aware that the last say, the person with the last say in the budget is the legislature, not the president, not the team. So if we recognize that this is what constitutional democracy imposes upon us, maybe by choice, but how do we make it better? Then maybe the civil society organizations can focus more energy in ensuring that the projects nominated by elected representatives of people are aligned with programs of government. And then two, they are such that the implementation can be monitored so that the civil society organizations or mechanisms that are put in place will ensure that those nominated projects are implemented for the benefit of all, and we can measure their appropriateness, or we can even lobby elected representatives to ensure that they nominate or they participate in the nomination of joint projects that will have more developmental projects. But again, the space, what has been done in the last few years had helped. Organizations like BUDGIT have published so many materials that have enhanced the interrogation process and enhanced the need to appreciate that democracy involves those opportunity costs, and the best way to make progress is to recognize them, so that when we have discourses like this, we are not confronting the Constitution, but rather we are taking on what is there so that we can make it better. And I believe forums like this would always help. And though not invited to comment on it, but I'm sure the policy advisor of coordination to Mr. President have given you a rundown of how we believe the renewed hope agenda, and in particular our President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his team are desirous of doing better, and we call upon you. In fact, you may recall, I thought she was going to say it, and it's better that she didn't say that, it's me that said it. But I recall when Mr. President was signing the budget, he even made an invitation to everyone to participate, because he gave a stern warning that those who will not even help us to achieve the objectives can choose to leave. I thank you very much for inviting me, and once more, congratulations.